Denise Matyka of Project Home, Lifetime Achievement Award.
I've been really lucky to work in the nonprofit sector, to work for so many great community organizations, and especially Project Home, where I've spent 29 years, and Community Shares, where I spent 9 years. I was really lucky to have those jobs. I remember early on, we had a volunteer project. It was called Hammer with a Heart, and we were replacing a roof on a customer's home. This was an elderly gentleman, and he told us that he was really hoping that he would be a part of this very special project where everything was for free because he needed a new roof on his leaky house. But the story with this house was he was born in this house. He came home from World War II to this house. He brought his bride to this house. He later lived and raised his own children in that house. His family was worried about whether he could continue to live on his own, but really everyone was worried about the high cost of putting that new roof on. And Project Home was able to help through this volunteer project. I volunteered that day like everybody else, and I think I shoveled shingles that day. And it was wonderful to meet him. He actually called Project Home towards the end of his life, and he said, "I want you to know that the work you did for me made it possible for me to live out my days in this home." And I have carried Marcus with me every day since.
She likes to remind us that we are working with people, and people with barriers to success and people with needs that we can help out with. So, I think that above all, her message of commitment to the community and to our clients is something that we want everyone to be focused on, and that's a testament to her as a person, caring about the people in our community, and also as a leader at Project Home.
I'm Deborah Garrett Thomas, and I'm a humble selection and honored to serve on the board of directors for Project Home. She embodies the spirit of Ubuntu, and I wanted to read it if you don't mind. It says, "I am what I am because we are." And the elements of Ubuntu is solidarity, respect, kindness, cooperation, and compassion. And she's all of those and more.
I'm Adam Wisey. I'm the program director at Project Home. I've had the privilege of working with Denise for over 21 years now. And in fact, she was there on literally my first day. And I've really welcomed the leadership style of Denise and the mentorship over the years and her commitment to really trusting the employees and letting us lead and learn on our own and grow with her guidance.
I'm Crystal Anders, and Denise was the executive director at Community Shares. She was my boss, and she was really amazing in the sense that she was so supportive and encouraging. And within a couple of years, Denise decided that she was going to move on, and she encouraged me to apply for the executive director position. And I think the thing I would say about Denise is that she always sees the potential in people and can encourage them to kind of maybe reach beyond where they're thinking they might go. And she was just really, truly instrumental in me moving into that position. And then I was with Community Shares for another 20 years. It was kind of like this amazing job for me.
And once she has that staff, she works with them, but she lets them do their job. She trusts her staff, and they are developed and taken care of.
She certainly has changed the face of fundraising. I think that, Community Shares was a scrappy little organization that is not so scrappy anymore, and I think some of that is about what's the possibility. How is it that we choose to kind of, battle the Goliaths in our world? And I think that in the housing market, I think of her as being sort of a George Bailey in It's Wonderful Life, that everyone deserves decent housing, and she's advocated for that within her organization in terms of thinking outside of the box, and within the community in terms of really pushing the envelope. So I just think she's an incredible model.
I nominated her to be a trailblazer for the International Women's National African Organization, and they picked trailblazers in the community. And Denise received her award 2 years ago. That's what she is. She's a trailblazer.
I wouldn't presume to have any advice for those who come behind me. And I have to say, I'm so impressed by the younger leaders coming through our community. The night of this award, the room will be filled with people who are each leaders. They're making a difference. They're making a difference in the environment, in housing, in civil rights, in immigration, in so many areas. There's only one way that you can touch all those causes, and it's by giving to community shares. So what I'd say to the future is, I'll be at your side, I'll keep fighting, and I can't wait to see what you do.